what you're gonna do right now is gonna show me your rank. And in the first 10 seconds of the lane, we're gonna see if you are above Master Tier or below Diamond. Exactly right here at this point. So I will ask you right now, if this is, what's your favorite AD carry? Best pro player AD carry. Do you have one?
Uzi.
Uzi. Okay, if this is Uzi, what is Uzi thinking right now in terms of what should he do with the focus here?
Well, since Nyla already used her dash, Blitzcrank pull is down. If this is Uzi, he runs straight at Nyla and exhaust her, forces the cleanse out.
I'm happy to focus Blitz here. Why am I happy and not to go on the Nila? Like, why am I
I'm thinking from the Morgana's point of view, it's just because simply he's in front. He's in front. I want to stop him from my ADC. So
right here, Morgana is thinking, hey, the Blitzcrank is closer to me. Why would I go on Nila? So right here, you're right. You can go on the Nila. So this is the worst thing that you can do right now. You can be like, hey, I can just Q, single target Q, proc the passive, completely chunk the Blitzcrank. Or I can go on Nila and chunk her. Yes, I can be like, okay, but I got the cleanse. True, but what do you prefer? Blitzcrank 1 HP in the lane?
Yeah, just
or just getting cleanse. So you see, this pattern is big because you remember what you did? Here you're like, okay, I go on Blitz, and then you're like, oh, no, I go on the Nila. What's going on, guys? Vizaz here, and into this video we're going to learn the most important fundamentals that will get you out of low elo. Wave management, recall timings, macro techniques, and more will be displayed in this video, so make sure you watch till the end. The tips can be applied for any rank. Remember that what you're seeing right now is a premium personalized coaching session. This guy booked his coaching with me when he was hard stuck in Silver 2 with around 45% win rate. Right now, after around 2 weeks, he climbed instantly to gold 2 just from one coaching session. This is another person that climbed from platinum to master tier with my coaching. Here is another guy, gold to master tier, currently actually pushing for grandmaster with my coaching. Are you tired of feeling stuck in your current rank and unable to climb the ladder, or do you find yourself struggling to convert winning games and make progress? If you're serious about improving in League of Legends and you want to get your gameplay to the next level, go ahead and book your own personalized coaching session and start instantly. I'll see you in the session. Watch it again. Okay, perfect. Ooh, wait.
It's on NA. It's on Korea. You have it set to Korea.
It's on Korea?
If you look on the search right there, on the left.
Let's see.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty. Let's take a look. So, perfect. My name is Andrew. How should I call you, by the way, in the coachings?
Everyone calls me Shady, so that's fine.
Okay, good.
Or you can call me Hard Stuck. Whatever works for you.
Perfect. Okay, Shady, tell me more about you. And like League of Legends and you in general.
Well, to keep it short, I've been playing League for basically my whole life. I started in like season 3, I think. Season 3, season 4. I started when I was in middle school, so like I was pretty young at the time. I never understood the game, what it was actually like, how to actually play the game. I was just playing for fun, right? Never took it really seriously. Was always stuck in the low bronze, silver elos back then. And then as I got older, I guess I started enjoying the game more. Started getting influenced by the pro scene. So I always said, I'm gonna try to get good at this game. So when I got a little older, around season 6, season 7 time came around, I tried to push. I tried to, get better at the game. I didn't get better than at like high gold, plat 4. Then that was my peak. And then season 8, I stopped playing completely because I couldn't handle it anymore. Okay. I stopped playing in season 8. Came back at the preseason of season 13. So I took about a 4-year break.
And I took a 4-year break. And when did you start, in season 12?
Preseason, so after the season ended.
Preseason. And what was your maximum rank from then?
You can, this account that you're looking at, I started play. This is not my account. I got it in preseason, so you can look at the match history from preseason of S12 and just see everything I've done. The rest, everything else on that account is not mine because this is not my account, right? I used to be in the market of buying, selling, boosting, all that stuff. I used to advertise a lot, so I have a lot of contacts for this stuff. So you can just look at the end of the last season and you'll be able to tell by the champions of what I played.
Is you?
The Draven, Fiddlesticks, and the Viego, yeah.
Okay, and the maximum rank that you were in the last
on preseason, I got to gold and then just waited till the season reset. Before that, the highest rank I got was plat 4 in season 8.
Plat 4 in season 8. So right now you are platinum 3 maximum rank.
Oh, maximum rank! I keep getting the high. I keep getting stuck. I keep getting stuck at P100 LP.
Okay, and when was that? Like when did you?
Well, I was plat 1 yesterday.
Oh, you were plat 1 yesterday. Oh.
You can look at my match history. You can see how much I play.
I saw.
Yesterday did not turn out to be a good day at all. Before that, I was plat 1 maybe 3 weeks ago. Before the 13.10 ADC changes, I was just spamming Vayne 24/7, and I was having a blast. I got to plat 1. I got to diamond promos the day before the patch came out. Patch came out. I lost every game. Went back to plat 4.
I see. Okay, so what is your goal right now, Shady?
Honestly, at the rate I'm playing, I just want to be better at the game. My goal for this year, I want to get Masters before this split ended, which is next month now. The goal was always to get to Masters for the first split, and then after that, just see how far I can go. Because I know the game doesn't really start being taken serious until at least Masters. That's when like the actual good players are actually at, right? And I feel like I'm stuck at that part where I'm playing with all the people that either know what they're doing or have a rough idea of what they're doing, and then all of those people are mixed into one game, so you have all these games that are all over the place.
Interesting. So you want to get I want to get to Masters. Okay. So you're saying in a month. Interesting. Okay.
Well, you see how much I play. I have the time. I have the dedication. It's just I'm not sure where I'm going wrong a lot. I know I tilt very hard, and that's one of my very big problems.
Okay, good. We're gonna talk about tilt as well. Okay, good. So you wanna? I see. So you play a lot. Good. What do you think are your biggest problems?
Biggest problems. So I thought about that a lot. I ask myself these questions all the time, especially after losses. I think the biggest problem is after one play goes bad, I'll just be in a negative mindset, and I just won't try to look for wins throughout the game. Whether that be getting a shove in, getting a play, I'll just kind of be in an autopilot state after one bad play happens. That affects me and my bot lane. Like if my jungler and top lane are inting, whatever, I don't care. But as soon as it starts affecting my lane, whether my jungle just decided to gank a 3-stacked wave under my tower and then make me lose the wave, like stuff like that, right? And then I'll just stop paying attention and just get so mad about that. Small things like that. When I have a lead and getting baited by teammates to follow a fight that I shouldn't. Okay. That's another thing. And I'll realize after, if we just simply didn't engage that or waited for the objective and fought there, we could have won with my lead.
That with them. Okay, I see. What else? What else do you think is a problem that we should look at?
Playing from behind, I guess, because so this is what I've been doing when I play from behind. So let's say enemy ADC got a lucky few kills on my support / jungle, but I didn't give any kills away. But we're even at farm, but he has one item more than me. So what I'll do, I'll avoid team fighting, and I'll just try to split push, get a bounty tower, try to get farms, free waves, and just try to catch back up to the team where we can team fight, I guess. And then dying too much for stupid stuff. But the thing with me dying is, it's like, either my games is like, I won't die a lot and we'll win, or I'll die 30 times and we'll just lose. It's just, there's no in between. There's no in between.
So there is no consistency. You're just 10-0.
Yeah, consistency is a big thing I'm missing. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
If you keep going down, you'll see like in the beginning of the week I was having a really good streak. Like each day I was going about maybe 7-8 wins, maybe 2 to 3 losses, but then yeah. It was going pretty good because I wasn't playing on this account for a while. After the last time I deranked to plat 4, I just stopped playing on this account, and then I was playing on a different account, and then I was like, you know, I'll come back to this, and then I won streak to plat 1 again, and I was like, hey, maybe I did get better.
Okay. So good. So right now, Richie, what do you think if you would identify your biggest problem, if you know it, of course? What is that? Like, what do you think is that problem?
I know at key moments, I tend to miss autos. So instead of clicking the champion, I'll click a minion, and that person that was supposed to die won't die. I know I've lost a couple games due to that. And just dying a lot, honestly, pointless deaths, which I have been working on a lot, because now I look at my games, I'm winning games with less than 5 deaths, less than 4 deaths, and that's something I never used to do a lot. Even on my wins a lot, because I used to be a Draven one trick. So with Draven, as a gold Draven one trick back then, I just used to go just fight 24/7, just fight. So I kind of always kept that mindset with every other ADC I've played. I've only started playing Kaisai this year because I realized with Draven it's kind of harder to 1v5 because you just need to play perfectly, not just have kills and be mechanical at the champion.
I see. Okay. And for today, in terms of your expectations, so for today, let's say this session is gonna go great, amazing. It's gonna be the best session ever. How would this look like for you? What do you want to specifically get from this session, and what do you want to specifically fix today?
Well, I want to see what you can see that are my biggest mistakes that are preventing me from winning these games. Because obviously I have like 1,600 games now in Platinum, right? That shouldn't be a thing.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm doing something wrong, right? And the fact that I haven't been able to figure it out, what the exact problem is, unless it's like a bunch of reasons that lead up to it, which is also which is also what I think it is. I just want to get diamond soon. I want to get fucking diamond soon so I can start climbing to masters. Okay. That's the biggest thing. Like every day I'm like, I get so demotivated. I'm like, fuck this game. And then I wake up the next day, I'm like, nah, today's gonna be the day. Today's gonna be a good day.
I see. Okay. That sounds good. Okay, good, Shady. And for today, what do you think if we do a VOD review, or what are you thinking about the live? What do you think?
What in your experience, what works better? Like, how do you see the results? Like, do you notice that you'll be able to review more with the live game, or you'll have better with the VOD?
I think generally speaking, it depends on the student. Usually live is fine if we have 2 hours, but for you specifically, I think you might have some really good games in your match history.
Okay, because the thing about the VODs is the last game honestly is probably a good game, because this game we were in such a good lead and then they almost won the game, which is kind of surprising. So this game is not a bad game to review.
Okay.
And I think, because yeah, if we lost this game, I would have been pretty mad, because I would have demoted to plat 4.
I see. So you have.
And this game I did try to keep most of my fundamentals in mind. When to push, when not to push, when I know my jungler's on my side of the map, when he's on top side. I try to keep all that in mind now throughout every game. I try not to just autopilot and just play. And then oftentimes you might notice that. So I have a thing like this. If my support trolls me in the early game, I just will try my best to avoid putting myself in a distance away from the turret where I could die. I will just always keep myself in the safest spot if I don't trust my support, because I'm just like, nothing's worse than my support dying and me dying. Like, if my support dies, that's fine, but if I die as well, we're just getting double the amount of gold now.
True. Okay, that sounds very good. Okay, so this build with static shiv, how is it?
So I've been experimenting with the multiple builds. Even with the new Kaisai buffs that just came out, I feel like they didn't really do anything. I feel like it's just placebo buff. I still get my evolves at the same level and everything. The reason why I do static is, so Kaisai doesn't become strong until she gets her Rage Blade plus evolves, right?
True.
Her evolves come around level 9 to level 12 spike, depending on how the game's going. Static Shiv, first item, I like it a lot because it's 580 less than Storm Razor, it's 580 more than Kraken, and it's roughly about the same in move speed and crit. You get the passive to help wave clear faster, and that helps me get my second item. Now, the second item is either I go Kraken, which will give me both evolves with the Noon Quiver and Boots, Berserkers, which will both give me both evolves. or Rage Blade second. If I know the next team fights in the mid game are going to be critical, I will rush the Rage Blade second. But if I can save the Rage Blade for third, it's a pretty big power spike because now I have the Kraken, Static, and Rage Blade, and I can normally close out the game like this if it's in a neutral state.
Perfect. Okay, good. So I guess we can just go for the review right now. So, do you have a plan, JD, in terms of like when you play the game? Do you have a plan, or do you just go, okay, I play Kai'Sa, I want to win. This is my plan.
That used to be the most of how I majority played for the first half of this year. I would honestly say. Now it's mostly like, okay, I look at the jungle matchup. I see, okay, if we have a 3v3 bot lane, who's winning this based on these champions? We'll take that into consideration, and then after that, level 1, if my jungle's starting bot side, I know he's pathing top, so I'm gonna try to either, depending on what the 2v2 situation is, so like in this case it was a Blitzcrank Nyla and we had Kaisai Morg. What I wanted to do, I wanted to shove the first wave, let the second wave come in, shove that, so we could have a neutral wave on the cannon wave. In that case, if we're getting ganked, we can fall back, or if we can just slow farm, because it's a Morgana versus Blitz, we are in a safe area, keeping in the middle of the lane. So it's just basically, depending on what the jungle matchup is and where they're starting, I will decide on how I want to push, if I want to shove in the lane, or if I want to keep it pushed into us, or if I want to keep it in a neutral state. And then from there, I will just play the game.
Okay, so what do you want to say? So you say you crash the first wave and... Well,
not crash the wave. Just try to push it as fast as we can, because if they aren't leashing, I will first break the wave, and so they can try to miss one minion experience gold.
Okay.
If they're leashing and my bot lane's not leashing, I will try to make them miss one experience. And then I'll just try to get a shove on the wave. So they're struggling to last hit the minions while our second wave is coming in. And then by the time we get kill the second wave, we'll be 2, while they're still trying to clean up the second wave.
Okay, see. That sounds good. Okay, so yeah, there is a million of things from this game. You're right. This is a very good game, actually.
This is a pretty big fiesta. Yeah.
Okay, so why did you pick Blade and Potion, and what is the alternative?
So I've always been wondering when I should go D-Blade or Longsword 3 pots. I came to the conclusion that every time I go Longsword 3 pots, I'll end up using the pots within the first 3 waves of the lane, or I'll never end up using the pots at all. And then I came to the conclusion that if I know how I'm going to play Kaisai most of the time, it's going to be an all-in fight, where if we catch someone off with a pick, CC or something, it's W, auto, Q, right? The D-Blade, the extra HP it gives, it's just really consistent. It makes me feel a little more stronger, and as well, with the D-Blade, it helps you with the evolve, because if you don't have the D-Blade, you have to get another longsword to make up for it.
Yeah, true. Well, in terms of that, I mean, you can buy it, because I mean, you're gonna have one extra longsword anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
So, okay. So when in poke lanes, you still go Blade when they have Senna, Caitlyn, and stuff like that.
If poke lanes, if it's like Xerath, Jhin, Milo, I'll take longsword 3 pots any day. Caitlyn's my permaban, so I don't burst her ever.
Okay. So
I never let that champion through.
Perfect. So if you go 3 potions in like very hard matchups of poke, it's fine. If you just like Blade more, it's okay. I wouldn't just personally, I wouldn't greed against a poke. Well, this is not a poke, but just against a poke like Lux, Ezreal, or
you're
stuff
correct.
like that. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen here. So you go for 1 second. There is one more thing. Why exhaust in this case, by the way?
I'm more. I tend to run exhaust more often, just so I can have a more carry potential in my spot. I will switch it to heal here and there, but I am just more comfortable on exhaust because I know my damage output from every point of the game most of the time. So I know if there's somebody more fed than me, the exhaust will help me to be able to kill them.
Okay, and what's the alternative? Okay, heal, but heal is not really that good on Kai'Sa. Yeah. What else?
Cleanse, but I'm not the biggest fan of cleanse because I just say don't get hit.
Okay, and how do you not get hit by Twisted Fate W?
Now that's that one you can't, right? That's
Yeah,
where
well-
you gotta your team has to come and help you for that one.
So here, getting exhaust against the lane is very good. You could get cleansed because of Twisted Fate, but since it's just one target, I wouldn't
Yeah,
really personally
The
get
only
the cleanse.
time I'll run a cleanse is if I'm versing like a Lilia with the Morgana, with the Lux, with the Xerath or
see.
something, with the Jhin.
Like here?
Like if yeah, that could have been the game for cleanse.
You
It's
see?
just
Listen.
I'm not comfortable with cleanse.
I
I
see.
haven't used it much, so I just feel more useless with cleanse than I would with exhaust or heal because
I
I just
see,
don't
I
have
see, I
much
see.
experience with it.
Yes. Well, I would don't think this is a big of a deal. Even though a challenger player will never do this, like a master player, you said you want to be a master, will never do this. You will always adapt. I think for your specific playstyle, you're like super aggressive. You can run on Kai'Sa specifically. It's okay to get exhaust. So there are mistakes that are holding you back insanely hard in this game, and I'll show you them. There are mistakes that can be medium, like they hold you back, but it's not that like the.
But not as impactful.
And there are mistakes that are holding you back, but it will make the difference between Platinum 1 0 LP and or Platinum 1 80 LP. Like the exhaust,
Makes sense.
like the blade, like the. So I don't. You can just buy anything as long as you like it. It's fine. It's not that
Yeah, but
impactful.
all those small
It's small,
ones,
yeah.
they
It's
add
small.
up. They add
It's
up.
small. It's small, but we gotta fix the biggest one. So let's see.
Yeah.
So now you flish beautifully, shit. You go five auto attacks with the Q as well. Q is
Yeah, I
55
try
mana.
to try to do passive and auto just to
Very
help them
good.
get it better clear.
Very good. And then you go in the lane. Also, the Kai'Sa goes in the lane as well, the Morgana. You go short way because you want to look to push. Unfortunately, here Blitzcrank is here. And he tries to hook. Let's see here. You try to
Yeah,
dodge a bit.
I was watching for the hook.
Very good. Very good dodge. And then you go on the Blitzcrank. Okay. What you're gonna do right now is gonna show me your rank. And in the first 10 seconds of the lane, we're gonna see if you are above Master Tier or below Diamond. Exactly right here at this point. So I will ask you right now. If this is, what's your favorite AD carry? Best pro player AD carry? Do you have one?
Uzi.
Uzi. Okay, if this is Uzi, what is Uzi thinking right now in terms of what should he do with the focus here?
Well, since Nyla already used her dash, Blitzcrank pull is down. Or that was her Q, I think.
Yes, so the Nila is the Q, the thing
that was her
that
Q.
she cracks, like that thing.
I think if this is Uzi, he runs straight at Nyla and exhausts her, forces the cleanse out.
True. So let's take a look. So you're saying that in this position, so what is the disadvantage of, so okay, so you could just, okay, the alternative is hitting the Blitzcrank, or you can just go on the Nalia here. What's the disadvantage of going on the Nalia?
The wave, that's about it.
Okay,
They'll take
so
aggro from the minions.
true, so there is a
And the
disadvantage.
Blitzcrank can hit you.
True, okay, so Blitzcrank and the wave. I mean, the wave, if you just stay right here, it should be decent. Then the Blitzcrank is also a disadvantage. Okay, true. The alternative is hitting the Blitzcrank. What do you think are the advantages of hitting the Blitzcrank here?
He's more closer to you. The minions, he's tanking the minions.
Okay, and there is one more thing.
His aftershock proc, we have 2 stacks, and Morgana Q should be coming out soon.
Okay, and why is Morgana, like if I'm Morgana here, I'm happy to focus Blitz here. Why am I happy? And not to go on the Nila? Like why am
I'm thinking from the Morgana's point of
Yes.
view, it's just because simply he's in front.
Exactly,
I want to
exactly.
stop him from my ADC.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
so-
sure we did focus the Blitzcrank here.
So right
I
here-
think. I'm not 100%
Right
sure
here,
about that.
Morgana is thinking, hey, the Blitzcrank is closer to me, why would I go on Nila? So
Yeah.
right here, you're right, you can go on the Nila. But how many auto attacks are you gonna get? Again, give me a number. Roughly speaking on the Nila.
Probably like 2.
Perfect, 2, and you're saying you get the cleanse, true. And now I wanna ask you, Morgana is about to hit the binding on Blitz. How many auto attacks are you gonna hit on Blitz if you actually focus him?
3 plus the passive proc.
Okay, so you're saying that if you go right here and you go on the Nila, you're wasting like 2-3 seconds to walk and you're getting 2 auto
Yeah.
attacks. But if you just hit Blitz here, and even after the Morgana binding, you're getting 3. I think you're getting more than 5, if not 6.
Okay, yeah.
Because you see that he's super close, you want to be like, okay, but I can go on Nila. Well, true, but look
Yeah,
how
probably
close the
about 3
Blitz
to
is.
4, 3 to 5. Yeah, you're right.
You see? So this is the worst thing that you can do right now. You can be like, hey, I can just Q, single target Q, proc the passive, completely chunk the Blitzcrank. Or I can go Nila and chunk her. Yes, I can be like, okay, but I got the cleanse. True, but what do you prefer? blitzcrank 1 HP in the lane,
Yeah, just
or just getting
him.
clean. So you see this pattern is big because you remember what you did? Here you're like, okay, I go on blitz, and then you're like, oh, no, I go on the Nila. But in fact, here, it's much better to go on the blitzcrank. Because one, he's tanking the minions, and he's also closer to you than
yeah.
Nila.
This is all 100% I agree with right now because I'm watching this back. I'm like, wait, why am I not hitting him? But I think for this situation itself, I think I kind of saw the Morgana Q coming to hit Nyla instead of Blitz, so I think that's why I preemptively changed.
You think? Because okay, let me show you something. So I would agree with you.
I'm questioning myself now.
Look at this. So okay, so I will tell you this. So, I coached more than 600 players only on AD carry, and I wanna let's see your clicks here. Let's see your clicks. So you hook. Now you're focusing Blitz. Now we don't know what Morgana is gonna do. Okay. We don't know if she's gonna get binding on Blitz or Nila. Look at your champion right now. Look at your champion.
Oh yeah, it's already going for Nyla.
You see? You couldn't know that.
Right.
So you see, this is a pattern that you have.
Okay, makes sense.
Super important. Because we see your body language. Because you're like, okay, but I knew she's gonna go for the binding on Nila. Well, but you can't know a long before.
Even if the binding hit on Nyla, we still would have got the damage off on Blitz more. You're right, 100%.
Super important. So this is the first big pattern. So you see the build is completely useless compared to this mistake with the focus. Because here you're going to lose kills and you're going to lose lane. So who to focus in the lane? Because here, in many situations, you want to focus the AD carry. But if the AD carry is here and you get 5 hits, or if the support is here and you get 9 hits, I mean, I would go for the 9 hits.
They can't follow up either.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So good auto attack, good. You forgot about the exhaust, but it's okay. We don't talk about this one. I like the mechanics. Beautiful, Shady. You also look the Q. Okay, perfect. At this point in time, okay, you were like, okay, I want to push the wave. I want to crush the second wave. Then I want to let the third wave come into me. What is the plan? What should be the plan adapted right now? Kai'Sa with this HP, Morgana into the brush against Nila with this HP. What is Uzi gonna do here?
The smart play here would be to just last hit because they can't afford to walk up and hit the minions, and we can sustain gap them from the experience. But that's not what I did. That's not what I did.
Exactly. You're like, okay, but I need to push, man. I need to push. We need to push this. Wait, why? We can just zone.
No, I was just trying to get level 2 to try to get kill pressure, but then we ended up pushing the whole wave.
And what is the right play here? Like, look at the Nila HP. Do you need
if I just don't touch the wave, we zone.
Yeah, if Nila wants to get this minion, for example, you walk up right here and chunk
and you just Q it auto. Yeah.
And then we don't need level 2. You can get level. Usually you want to get level 2 if you have Alistar, Nautilus, but if they are so low HP and you don't need level 2.
It won't make a difference for level 2,
Exactly. So now you're like, okay, but I want to push, I want to get level 2. For what? We can win even level 1.
We could, It's the same condition if we were level 2 or level 1 for this matchup.
Okay, and then let's see this one. So here you're very scared because
I didn't respect the blitz there at all. That was all on me.
And then here, let's see if this hook hits. What is gonna happen in this fight?
I realized that after, if I get hooked, I was like, wait, I think I could have lived even if I got hooked, but I just flashed it out of instinct.
Yes. So here in this
which is pretty funny because I ego my flash it. I'll be like, nah, I'm not wasting it for it. Let it hook me. But today I was just like, you know what? I'll let it be. I don't want to get first blood on the map yet. I don't want to do anything. I played like a scared cat.
Yeah, like first of all, you technically should be behind the minions, should respect him. Second of all, if you don't respect him, then obviously usually you want to flash. But in this situation, Nila is so low that if you just get hooked and insta exhaust, then you're gonna deny a lot of damage. But then you can say, okay, but she has cleanse. True, but if you get your Q and you proc your passive with your W, it will be hard for her to like escape here.
Another thing is I just haven't played against Nyla that much, so I don't know her damage output as much. She was one of the new champions I wasn't familiar with. I still probably have only played against her maybe 5 or 6 times.
I see. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do with the wave right now. So you're like looking to only last hit and then only Okay, now are you gonna only last it and zone them? Yes. So from this point and on, perfect. You kill her.
yeah.
Very good.
that was pretty funny.
Very, very, very good. Let's see what you're gonna do right here. So you're trying to push this wave. We do not know what is the Graves technically, but practically you don't care about him because you just kill him if he comes. Then you just go into the brush super safe and recall. Perfect. Perfect recall. Perfect position of the recall. Perfect timing of the recall. Perfect push. Maybe you could have pinged Morgana a bit more to like push the wave with you, but overall beautiful. Let's see what you're gonna do right now. So now you're playing it super safe. Blitzcrank is walking up. You have the wave coming into you. You're not walking up. This is very good. You're super patient. Very good, Shady. Super insane. This is very nice. And then here you're like, okay. I'm gonna go for a ward. I'm gonna go for a ward. Okay, what's the reason of going for this ward?
It's just out of instinct, I guess.
And looking at it right now, what do you think?
We didn't have any. Pretty pointless, I guess. But like it's. At the same time, we have a big wave coming under the tower. We have no vision on the map, so I just want to have some sort of information.
Okay.
I guess.
So you're just using the word here. Okay, so what is the disadvantage of putting the word there?
We won't have it for when we push the wave back out for the river.
True. And why do you need that when you have it?
Pardon? Could you repeat that?
So, like, why you need the word on the river? What's the advantage of keeping it and having it for the river?
So we just, if we can see Graves coming down or not.
True. So the disadvantage is that you're wasting it for now to protect you from what? Because you're putting
for a possible dive.
True. What is the chances that they're gonna dive you right now with Nila Blitzcrank level 4, Nila 01 refillable potion, okay, so much damage, and then Graves. Graves is very well known for his 0 dive potential champion. And also we have Morgana Q binding, so if you dive her, you probably die with her if you're Graves. And then you also have the Black Shield. So the chances of you getting dove right now are super small. If you're playing against Elise, I would be like, yes, this is really good. Good job, man. They have a big wave, they have Blitzcrank, they have Elise.
Yeah, they dive that 10 out of 10 times.
Word now. But in this case, I'm like, why are we wording it's Graves? Then also they are like very weak. So it feels like we're doing a lot of things by instinct in the game. I see. Let's see what you're gonna do. And this is beautiful. You know how to do slow push very well. Like now, let's see what you're gonna do. I'm gonna push this one, push the next one.
Yeah, because I realized they reset. I thought they could have been cheesing, so I waited for the next wave, and then it wasn't a cannon wave, so I was like, okay, if it's not a cannon, we can shove it in.
Perfect. So then you just recall here, you stay into the brush, you see Graves, you let Morgana, you ping her as well. You have 600 gold so you can get the item.
Yeah, I tried to ping her off this earlier, but if I died there, I would have been so angry.
Okay, then you get the item and then you go back to bot. Okay. Just a small thing right here. This is probably from like auto-piloting a lot in the games. Many ADCs have this. Like right here, when the Twisted Fate comes, what should you be doing?
Just running away already.
True.
When he ults.
Okay, what is the... Okay, if you're kiting here, what is the disadvantage? If you're trying to kite him, you're trying to hit, like, turn back. I
should have W'd Q'd maybe before he gold carded me, so I have the stacks on him.
Okay,
or
so
the damage.
Okay, so you're saying killing him here?
Or maybe run towards the Morgana so she can black shield me.
Okay, but then the disadvantage is that you're gonna be right here, and then and then also like doubling him, you're not gonna get a kill on Twisted Fate here with your damage. You just have double longsword and you don't have enough damage. It's level 6, it's super tanky. So
I mean, my only option really is just to run.
True, but what's the difference? Because you didn't run here, you just try to kite him and run. So what's the difference between only run or run kite? Which you did.
Don't half-ass it. Go the whole way.
Exactly. Like here, you're like, okay, but I can like auto double it. Wait, why? We're not gonna kill him anyways. Back. Like here, you shouldn't turn back. You shouldn't turn back. Like this, you're like, okay, but I can get the passive. Yeah, true. And what?
And then, I think it's just something I've I don't know how I live there. It's just something I've always I guess I've been accustomed to do is just if I'm running, just try to squeeze in as many autos as you can.
Yes, so you have to be a bit more conscious. Like if you're super low and the threat of you dying there is super high, then you should stop from kiting and just run away. Unless you can kill the target faster with the kiting than they can kill you. In that case,
makes sense.
But I mean, killing the Graves here is a bit iffy. You don't one-shot him. Yeah, okay, so here we should have died. Okay, we recall. Then you come back in the lane. Sucks because we're gonna lose the wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 120% of a wave. So a wave and 20% of another wave. Okay, then you're here. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Pushing. Okay, so trying to crush. Okay. Then Nila is right here. Let's see the mechanical execution. Try to start with the W. Blitzcrank is here. Okay, we play with fire here. Playing with the Rengo here. It's very good. Then you go in the lane and respecting him. Okay, so far your laning phase, I like that you're respecting them a lot. Feels like your wave management is decent for platinum level. Then right here you try to decide to push. I mean, obviously he's doing Drake. You have to do it right now. Let's see what you're gonna do. Okay, you do push and then you just look to go with him. Okay, to try to stay around. That's fine. And then you just recall right here. They kept fighting. Okay, good. So we have multiple things right here. So, do you remember what was the reason of pushing here?
I was just like, okay, if Rengar's on Dragon, I might as well try to push this wave out so then the wave state will be somewhat even and I can just run to Rengar, but then I agreed it for another wave.
Okay, so you push this one and then you try to move the Rengar. Okay, does Rengar need you right here?
They don't, I should have just backed.
Yeah, I mean, you can stay a little bit here or like try to auto attack this Drake a little bit until like 1.2k HP, so you're 100% sure that they get it. In this specific situation, Twisted Fate is over the wall, you don't know where's Graves, so hovering is not bad. The moment the Drake is down, I would just recall, I would not like waste time. So let's see what you're gonna do right now. So you follow, that's fine. You try to get the plant. Okay, so why are we getting the plant here? Because you're looking to recall eventually, right?
Yeah, there was no reason. I looked bot, I was like, oh wait, there's no wave for me. I was gonna help, but then I'm like, the Drake is already dead. So
yeah, you should. So did you know that you can get bloodline stack if you actually help?
Oh, I thought you can get bloodline stack actually.
Yeah, you can. This one. If you
It counts as a Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you have to auto it or just attack it at all? Because I did W it, so I'm not sure if I got a stack.
If you doubled it, it's fine. If you doubled
it. Yeah, I W'd it.
Let's see.
I always W it so I can get the XP.
Let's see. Oh, you doubled the wave. Oh, okay. Whoa. That's a bit different though. Okay.
I was looking at the dragon and I W'd it.
I see. Okay. This can be considered also a mistake.
Yeah. My W's are normally on point, it's just the minions tend to mess me up a lot. The edge of a minion will always catch my W. Okay, so that was a bloodline stack and XP that I missed out on right there. Then.
Let's see. So now they keep fighting right here. So obviously, if they keep fighting, they're close to you. You can consider staying. Usually, you don't want to stay if it's super far and you don't know.
Yeah, I learned that. I learned that the hard way because I used to if my jungler is pinging me, I just go. I roam. I leave my wave. I leave my tower. Whatever it was, I don't care. I would just leave, and I learned that would just screw me up harder than just deciding what I should do for myself.
Yeah,
so yeah.
What's the worst thing about that? So let's say you're ignoring this fight right now. What's the worst thing that can happen there?
Rengar dies, Echo dies.
Good. And what can you potentially miss there?
Possible kill on Blitzcrank and TF.
True. So then the logic of, okay, I always give up my teammates or I always follow, they're not going to be good. So here, there are situations when you have to follow, and this will depend on one, how easy can you get a kill there and get in there. And usually it will depend on how much distance is there. Like right now, it is not far because you have your ulti, so the distance factor is good. But then you have to move your camera there. You have to look at their HP. I mean, Echo is on this side. This doesn't look very reliable. And you also have like low HP. And you have 700 gold. Okay, well, 700 gold is not really that much. So you could consider staying if you had enough HP, but in this case you ignored. It's not bad. It would be bad if 1, you have full HP, or 2, they are very easy kills and you can ulti, or 3, you have full HP and they are 4 versus 4 and you ignore them. So
what my thought process was through this was, I was like, I already got the dragon, my lane's already resetting, and it's slowly bouncing back to me.
yes.
And I don't need to waste my ult for a fight that we don't need.
The problem is that the fights that you don't need or the fights that you need, you can't judge, you can't decide it by yourself.
Yeah, of course, I can't, of course, yeah. There's 4 other people.
Do you know why the challenger players will get 80% in platinum or like 75% always? It's not because they will do this, okay, but this fight should not happen, I'm gonna recall, I'm gonna ignore them. No,
they'll win the fights that aren't supposed to happen.
They will they will know how to hover and until what point to hover. They will try to hover the play, but then they will just back off. So
when they know it's either got dead or alive, yeah.
They will know very precisely if the fight is dead 100% or if they can hover, if it's possible. In this case, again, it was like at that point when you recalled, it was very coin flip. It's something if it's possible and if something is coin flip. Like right now, if the guy is this HP and the guy is this HP, it's free and you have to follow. If the guy is this HP and the guy is this HP, it's coin flip.
Yeah.
It's coin flip. So the rule of thumb is like this. If you know that they are fighting and it's an urgency to actually get in there and they are fighting in a big fight that involves 4 players, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, minimum 4 players, and you know you can do something there by staying, you can consider staying unless 1, you have 3k gold in the inventory, or 2, you have low HP and you can't get in there, or 3, the fight is like here and you can't get it in time. In that case, ignore your teammates. You don't need to follow. So you have to make a balance between, now I need to follow my teammates. Yes, this play shouldn't happen, but I have to follow because I can. I have ulti, I have full HP, and the balance between, okay, I have 3k gold, I'm 1 HP, I can't follow. So League of Legends is about taking the right decision in the right situation, not having a rule. Okay, this rule. The coach told me I should ignore all of the fights. Well, how can he know the distance of the fight? How can he know how much gold you have? How can he know your HP? So that's how you decide based on these things. Okay. Good slow push here.
Yeah, I do think that is one of my issues because I do often avoid fights that I could have taken, even if nothing. If no one dies, I wouldn't die. I avoid them, and that is a big part of because I used to just go for every fight. So I guess it's just the opposite of what I used to do before, and I need to find the neutral point.
Exactly.
Yeah, balance.
Exactly. Okay, we also have this problem with the wave management, and I see this repeating again and again and again and again and again. Okay. So now you're just taking the wave from under the tower. That's very good. And then right now, they most likely recalled. From my assumption, they recalled a while ago. So they are right here. So you thought about pushing, right? Because they are recalled.
Yeah, I thought I didn't know if they're cheesing or if they're recalled. After I realized they recalled, then I shoved it in.
Perfect. So now they recalled. You shoved it in. What is the... What is the worst thing that can happen here in regards to the wave if you shove right now?
It doesn't crash.
It doesn't crash. So then what do you have to do if it doesn't crash?
You're forced to stay another wave and crash that one, and then they can contest a fight.
So what's the alternative of that? Like how do you prevent it?
You freeze it under your tower, slow push it, you get a big wave, and then crash it.
Exactly. So you could at this point do this. So I mean, obviously, if you know for sure that you're gonna be able to crash this in time and insta push it, which
I think on this one, I realized too late, and I realized too late, and I started spam pinging my support to help me push it, but she did not help me push it.
I see.
And then I think we were just a bit too late.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah,
because if you look to get 2 waves and you try to crash when you're here, there is a difference, or compared to if you try to crash 1 wave, but you have to crash the second wave here. In this position. That's
but we were lucky it wasn't a cannon wave.
Yes, and we were lucky that it's Graves, and we were lucky that Twisted Fate wasn't really in a position to roam.
Didn't look by.
We were very lucky with all of these things. Okay, with actually hitting the tower. Okay,
Yeah, what I noticed I do a lot too is I always forget about plating, and I'll miss a lot of plating gold that I could have got. So now I always try to get at least a 1-2 tower hit in before I leave the wave.
I see.
I'm not sure what I could have done there because I don't know how that champion works still.
Yes. So here you push the wave, you try to get the plate, and you recalled. You want to recall for basically 1k gold. You had 962 gold. You wanted to stay for more, or what was?
I needed 40 more gold for my item.
I see, and you were thinking to stay.
Just for a quick wave. But then I saw Rengar was bot side, so I was like, maybe we can make something happen.
Okay, that's not bad.
And then we had river. We saw Blitz walk into the river, and we had that ward. So I was like, okay, after Rengar does his blue, we can make something happen. I have R, but it did not turn out that way.
Okay. I see. So that's fine if you're staying for one more wave when you have enough HP and mana, and you need like 40 more gold. You can just push and recall. If you needed 20 more gold, I wouldn't stay. I would just go for the Storm Razor.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's fine. So let's see how we play this right here. So you get the auto there, beautiful dodge. Okay, actually played it very bad here. So here, let's see. So here's the Q. You hit the binding beautifully. Then you walk up. Okay, you know that she has a spell shield, but you can't really rely on her. So you just try to dodge. That's good. So how do you play this fight?
I should have just ran him down instead of ulting to close the gap.
Yeah, but right now, for example, if she doesn't spell shield you, you're just dead. So you try to like dodge. But look at this Q. Do you see this Q?
Yeah.
So what is the difference if you waited a little bit more for the Q?
I would have got the full Q on him.
Look at this. Now you should Q.
Yeah.
And imagine if you've done that.
He would have been dead right there without these extra autos.
Exactly. And then you exhaust very like
late.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It does good. Look at this. That's really good.
Wait, does her shield block the exhaust?
What shield?
The Nyla shield.
Oh, the Nyla W. Well, that's not really a shield. It's like Jax E. Jax E.
Okay.
But Jax E, that can be also protecting other teammates. So
yeah.
So this is good. And then let's see what you're gonna do. Do you flash here? Okay, so you didn't flash her ulti. Yeah,
I didn't know that was her ult. I didn't know that was her ult. I don't get this champion.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, this is big because you give a shutdown to the Nila.
Yeah, and then she started becoming a problem.
Exactly. And then from this point, the problems are gonna appear, I think, is here. So you go to bot lane. Wave is pretty bad.
Could be in a better spot, yeah.
You push it, good. Then you try to wait Morgana, fine. You get pushed in. Very good decision making, very good positioning, very good dodging ability. Then Rengar goes in, you try to E, start with the W. Then will you get the kill here? Not really. Very close. You push the wave, very good. Echo is behind. How are you gonna play this?
Oh, this was disgusting.
Ooh. Let's see.
This was disgusting.
So they do have hook here. Let's see. I see. So we tunnel vision a little bit.
Yeah.
You probably have this tendency, considering your deaths, to like tunnel vision really hard like this. What's the problem between you dying here, though?
It just disrupts the whole game, honestly. Me dying here, because now they have so many different ways they can play this out now.
Yeah, because mainly you're the damage dealer right here.
Yeah.
And the problem with this is that if this play works, which should, because of what? What's the main reason why we're winning this fight?
Echo.
Yes.
Echo flank.
So number advantage. Echo being here, but this is 4 versus 3.
And Blitz is already low, no HP. And
so
then,
now you just have to play to live, because if you kill even one and we get them in the second tower, or we just kill two people, we just get a lot of plates and a lot of gold. So the concept is that as an AD carry, surviving is super important. Especially in this kind of cases. The only way you wanna go in like this super aggressively is if you can get a shutdown or you're Draven and you want to get your stacks, but not majority of the cases you want to play to live.
This was just me egoing it
Yes,
and
yes,
just
yes,
ending it. Yeah, literally. Yeah. I don't know if my brain blanked because you know what's funny. After this, after I died, I didn't even realize an echo was there,
I see, I
and
see.
I was like, "Oh shit, he was there."
Do you think
How
that
did we
that
lose this fight?
spreadsheet would be great for SoloQ to learn why and why you lose?
And that was just because me not
What is a
respecting the
dead
blitz and not
spread?
noticing how close he was.
Like with what
I
you're
should
doing
have just
wrong?
stayed with
Or?
my support the whole time and
Yeah,
not and
like
just
behind
let-
him. You should just go behind
Yeah.
him. You should just go behind
There
him
was
and you're
there was
fine.
no need for me to run with Rengar and use my
Yes.
E
Yes.
in a
yes,
straight
yes.
line.
Okay, then let's see if the big problems are gonna appear. So you go to bot lane, try to push out really hard, then you just follow the Rengar. You just crash the wave into the tower, so you're following the Rengar. This is good. Very nice E, W. Really, really good combo. Ah, so unlucky. Let's see. How can you play this better? So E, you W beautifully, then you RQ. Good kiting, good kiting, good kiting. Okay, kiting was fine. Okay, I don't know what items you have. 1 second, because the replay is bugged.
I think I only had Storm Razor and maybe Dagger,
Let's see.
Longsword.
Yeah, it can be good though. It can be good to do that. It can be good to see like why you're dying. Definitely. The problem is that you're probably not gonna know why you're dying most of the cases. You're gonna be wrong. Because you're gonna say, okay, I die because of this, but if you're getting a coach, he's gonna tell you that completely the opposite. So identifying your mistakes will be hard, but it's definitely useful. Okay, good. So it was 13 minutes in the game. Okay, oh, did I get 14? 13. Okay, let's see. Okay, good, good, good. So you follow, good. This was unlucky, perfect. You push the wave. Okay, after you push the wave, let's see what you're gonna do here. Okay, try to get the Nila here. Sounds good. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Right now, what should Kaisa Uzi be doing at this point in time? What should he be thinking here?
Where can I get gold?
True, and what's the answer?
Bot lane because both towers are still up and I'm mid lane with 3 people.
Exactly. So right now, I like this rotation. Very good. Very, very good. You're like, okay, I'm gonna push bot lane, I crash the wave, I can follow. Good. Good.
It's just I overstayed it.
This is good. And he's like, okay, but I wanna get the wave because I get it super fast, I have items. Yeah, I agree with this. This is good. And he's like, okay, but shouldn't I stay mid lane because Nila is here? Well, yeah, this is good. Nila is free kill here. But at this point in time, right now, all what should go through your head is wave bot lane, wave bot lane, wave bot lane.
Yeah.
You can only stay mid lane if you have like Herald or something. But sharing XP on mid lane is not recommended. Look at this. It's not good. And then now you have to go bot lane. Do you remember what you did?
After this?
Yes, let's see. So you recall.
Yeah.
Recall,
Yeah,
you have
reset.
700 gold.
Yeah,
Yes.
instead of just running straight bot with the full health.
Yes, I see. And then right here it goes from worse to worse to worse to worse. Like now you're going and here you're like, okay, but there is the Drake. I want to run to Drake, right? This is what you were thinking, right?
I think I was walking with Rengar with the intentions of still going to my bot wave.
With the intention of what?
Still going to the bot wave. I just wanted to come with him just in case. Because I knew mid was shoving on his wave. Support wasn't going to make it there. So just in case if there was Graves or Blitzcrank pressuring or hovering, I wanted to just walk with
What's
him there.
the disadvantage of this?
We still lose that 2v2, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but there is a bigger advantage though. Disadvantage, sorry.
Nobody's bot and the wave is the gold is going to nobody.
What's the difference between going like this or going straight to bot lane?
I could shove out the wave and then just go walk to river because then they would see me bot, they wouldn't walk to river.
Well, first of all, it will take less time if you go right to bot lane, which means you're not gonna lose too many minions. Second of all, if you're pushing the bot wave and you're applying pressure into the tower, then you move to the Drake. It's the same rotation that you did when Nila was in the tower, stacked because you had pushed the wave, and then you just you moved on mid lane, and she couldn't do anything. So this right here is relatively big right here that it didn't go to bot lane. Yes, I would consider going to the fight here in the jungle and ignore the wave bot lane if the fight was already happening. Yeah, I agree with you. If you're right here and Rengar is fighting, I'm not saying go bot man, just you take the farm.
I completely agree.
Yes.
I completely agree.
But in this specific case,
Because it's so funny because like I am kind of just laughing at myself right now because this is something I don't do because I told you this earlier. I don't like playing with my junglers because they screw me over. I just felt very good this game. I was like I felt I just want to be. I felt maybe it was because it was the first game of the day. I felt like being team player and everything.
I see. Well,
but
if
yeah, you are 100% right.
If you want to be a team player with AD carry, do you know what you want to do?
Don't play ADC.
Carry the game for them, and you carry the game by being selfish. It's really funny, actually.
Yeah, because like for the last 2 weeks, ever since I've just been gathering information from online, watching other people's videos, all that, I've come to the agreement that if you're not giving yourself farm, gold, experience, and you're just doing something else with your team, you're just wasting your time. Simple as that. Unless that's getting you kills or the team gold.
Yes, so like right here, again, you see that you're doing a little bit more than just playing the jungle. You're not thinking about bot wave. You're thinking about
I kind of just autopiloted here. Yep.
This right here, this is the biggest thing from your gameplay. This is gonna hold you back in platinum forever. Because here, this is a decision making that you're gonna have lose, and then win. When this decision making is gonna go well, you're gonna be 10-0. Because you're gonna kill Blitzcrank and everyone mid, then you go bot lane, it's easy. But when this goes bad, you're just gonna be confident.
It's just gonna keep going bad.
So what you have to do is that you have to try to be consistent. How do you do that? You take decisions that are gonna work majority of the cases. How do you do that? Well, you ask yourself, hey, I'm playing Kai'Sa in this situation right now. I have two options. What are the options? Option number one, go mid, go for a crazy 1v5 faker deft Uzi play, or go bot lane and take the farm and chill. And okay, I agree with you. You can also like give up the wave bot lane if the fight is already happening on mid lane, you have your ulti and you're close to that, sure. But at this point in time, you have 0% fight here, win, or 100% wave. So this is huge. Compared to the build and everything, this is big, super big. Look at this. Everything that you're doing here is just wasting time. This one right here, this is why Euro PGG looks like this. A lot of deaths, insanely good mechanically, really, you're super good mechanically, but then you're not winning too much, 51% win rate. So you're just a little bit better than average because of your mechanics. But now, realistically speaking, boom. And you can say, okay, but this is like not that bad. But the problem is that you're also giving a Nila, the poor Nila that died by the way level 1. She has 300 shutdown, man. Come on. And
I think that this is the point where I started kind of tilting because I realized after I was like, wait, Nyla has a bounty. What the fuck? Yes. And I started like just tilting off it, and I think that's where my decision making. Because I looked at the CS of this game as well. My CS was pretty bad, and I'm like, when I was win streaking, my CS was almost perfect. As in, like, if it was 30-minute game, I had somewhere close to the 300 range. If it was a 25-minute game, I had close somewhere to 250, 240 to 260, right? And I'm just like, that's literally just because I've been ignoring my bullshit team calls and chasing my waves, and that's how I got those wins. But it seems that sometimes, I guess I get too comfortable, and I lack the discipline of just keep reminding myself what to do.
I see.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it's because I already wrote it down. It's because you play so many games that if you play 10, 15, 20 games per day, you're gonna autopilot 100%. There is no way you're not gonna autopilot in the games. So,
and it's not like I just spam them back to back. I'll take a break between them. I'll take a 5 to 20 minute break. I'll go outside real quick. I'll go get a drink of water, just touch grass. But it's like I try to not autopilot because I know it's like, what's the point of even playing then, right?
Yes.
I try to go into every game with the same mindset. Try to just simply be the AD carry, farm up, get big, and carry. Before, I can agree with that I was autopiloting the first half of the season because I was still getting back into the game. I was still figuring out how to play again, all that stuff. It was only now the last 2-3 months where I actually actively am disciplining myself now.
The problem is that it's very hard to control it. Even if you're taking the break, if you want to play 10 games on one account, it's going to be very hard to be super consistent every single game. So let's see what you're going to do right here. So, okay, so you push. This one we die.
I think this will, I die here. I tried to ego 1v1.
Well, The thing is, I mean, usually Kai'Sa against Nila is very doable. I think Kai'Sa has a slight
I
edge.
didn't realize she had the tabbies in the fucking
Yes.
kill force.
Yes.
I did not. I looked at that after.
Yes. This fight you should never take it.
Oh, I pressed tab after and I realized I was like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so we threw, so it feels like you're getting a lead, but then you're just throwing it. Like
Yeah. Every time we get a closer lead, we just throw it back,
Yeah.
and they get double it.
Yes.
And then after that, I realized I'm like, okay, I have to actually start playing properly now. I can't if I keep playing this way, we're gonna lose this game. So I started playing a little bit more smarter.
Okay, so let's see this follow-up. Is it good? So first of all, you got a tower. You got a lot. So let's see. So how much gold do you have? 700 gold. Okay, so you have some gold, but then Rengar is invading here, so you're just following.
Yeah, I saw Graves on the ward, and I saw Rengar ult. So I thought if he lands a bola, I can ult behind him.
That's good.
And he didn't throw it sadly there, but I still got the hit on him.
Very good combo. And then you just go. You got a shutdown. Let's see what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to take this. Let's see. Take this, then you back off. What are you gonna do right now? I see. So 1.5k gold. Okay, let me take a look here. So theoretically, what should you be doing right here after you're getting the tower? What are the options?
Go ward, reset. That's about it.
True. How do you know which of the decision is better?
Well, we can look at the mini map, see where our jungler is, see who's on the map, see what enemies are on the map. I saw that the 3 were topside, so I figured we can greed for another wave or dive.
Or dive in the second tower?
Yeah.
I see. But you knew about TPs, you knew about like Twisted Fate ulti and all of these things?
I think we saw TFR before this, and then we saw them all go top for the Alawi. So I figured we are pretty safe down here with Rengar
and the
hovering.
TP, because they have double TP.
Ooh, I didn't see them TP. I didn't have information on the TP.
Be careful with that. So usually after you get this tower, okay, so let's see. So right now, how much gold do you have? 700 gold. Okay, so that's fine. You're just following the Rengar. That's fine. It was a reliable fight here. It was also close to you. And you got a shutdown right now. Okay, perfect. Right now, you should already be thinking about what?
Just resetting.
Just resetting. Well, you wanted to take this wave because they just died on top lane. So you know you're not gonna die. So I don't mind this. Then you're just pushing another one. Again, second tower on bot lane. You're very rarely gonna be able to take it and actively hit it. Usually it's like super hard. Okay, just backed off. Sure. What should you be doing right now?
Going in the bush, hitting B.
Exactly. Unless you need 100 more gold for the item, which is not the case.
How much gold did I have?
1.5.
50. I needed 1700. That's why.
Oh, you need only 1700?
For Kraken, yep.
Oh.
With Noon Quiver plus nothing else, it's only 1700 for Kraken.
Okay, so you stayed a little bit more for the item.
Yeah, one more wave for the Kraken.
I see. And how big is the
big
until what
spike?
Until what point are you gonna stay? Like if you need 700 gold or like how much?
Oh, I know if I just get the whole wave, I'll have enough for the thing. If I can get it safely, I'll get the whole wave.
Wait, isn't it okay? This one and then also 400, 1.2, 1.6 you need. Okay, I see. So in this case, you need just one more wave. It's 1.6 or 1.7. You need one more wave. Okay. Well, if you just need one more wave, it's fine. If you need 300 gold or more, then I wouldn't.
That's a bit too much. Yeah.
So you're gonna stay. You're gonna push, and then you're gonna recall. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Then you go towards mid lane.
This is where I got my both evolves, so I knew I was fairly strong, and I pinged my team that we can try to fight the Nyla and stuff now.
Okay, so you're grouping towards mid lane right now. You have a lot of items, so the bot wave doesn't really matter that much for you. You go to mid lane. That's good. Let's see how we're gonna play this. Very good. You have a lot of items, and then after you take this, you're gonna try to really get to mid lane. Okay, it's hard to really take the tower. Okay, what were you trying to do here?
I was just going side to side. See, I was like, wait, I have no wards. I can't do anything. What am I supposed to do? I was kind of walking around like an idiot here. I didn't know what to do.
What's the worst thing that can happen here? You face checking these brushes.
TFs in there, or Blitz, Graves or TF in there waiting for me. I took big risks face checking
Be
them.
careful,
And we have no tower either.
You pushing mid lane is fine. This is the play. Be careful when you're going like wide angle like this or here, or here, or
Because
there.
they can come out the Raptors camp too.
And then now what should you be doing?
Well, since the wave is coming in, I should try to get hits on the tower because Echo's on my side.
Okay, but what is Graves and what is
we don't know where
Twisted
Graves
Fate?
is.
And so then if you hit the tower,
so I should just walk out of vision.
True, you should just back off. True, but you shouldn't really go. I mean, this is a difference.
Like just behind the wall or something.
Yeah. So right now, what's the next play?
I am not too sure, honestly. I see Raptors are up. I could have taken Raptors in that downtime.
True, but how do you know if you want to get Raptors or what is the alternative here?
I could just try to follow my teammate, my Echo, or try to just wait for my support to recall and then come mid.
Or there is one more option. Can you recall?
I could reset, yeah.
How do you know?
Well, the wave's pushed in. There's nothing for me to farm. There's nothing on the map for me to do.
But what are they gonna buy? What are they gonna buy in base?
I could buy a pink ward.
How much gold do you have?
I'm not sure.
This is the question that you wanna ask yourself when I'm asking why didn't you recall. You have to ask myself, okay, well, I don't know my gold, but if I knew my gold, I could tell you if I should recall or not. So if you wanna know what you should be doing right now, option number 1 is Raptors, option number 2 is recall, option number 3 is following the Echo, but this is the worst because he's alone and he's just...
He can just press R and we can't.
You have 569, so what should you do? You have recall, follow him, or Raptors?
I could just do Raptors and then wait for Morgana.
It's the most efficient play and reliable. If he's starting a fight right now, sure, you can like look to hover. If he's like starting it. Otherwise, you should go there, but again, not like this. Like not.
Yeah, because I'm telegraphing where I'm going.
You're just telegraphing really hard. Plus, they can be here. Like, how do you know this is not here? And then
I
also,
don't.
This is even going from worst to worst. Look at this. Now, where are you going?
Yeah,
look at this. Look at this. You're like, oh, I want to make a trip to top lane. It's free.
No, I think I went to check for Scuttle to see if Scuttle was up. Yeah, that's what I was checking for.
It's so greedy to stay there.
Makes sense, because Graves could have been on Scuttle.
Exactly.
Or he did get Scuttle 10 seconds before that.
In the whole time, you could have get Twisted Fate ulted behind and you have no cleanse. So it was super greedy what you did.
90% chance I could have died here in a higher elo game for sure.
Okay, let's see what you're gonna do. So you push the wave here, and the Rengar is behind. You see Twisted Fate, so you're pretty scared. You backed off, and then you just woke up here.
Yeah, cause I didn't see the Rengar was engaging, and then when I did, I'm like, oh, okay, we can go in. I kind of egoed this, because I knew I could kill them, but I was like, the Nyla, I have to gamble on her following up.
I see. The disadvantage of this play is that obviously same thing, you die. And again, did you know about the gold card here? Because when you're going in right here, what's the worst thing that can happen here?
Gold card, yeah.
Gold card into you're just dead.
Yeah.
So again, you know your limits here. You have a lot of damage with 2 items. Just be very careful if you know that.
My strat was press E before he gold cards because I know I have the evolve. That was the whole me banking on it. I have to make him miss the E. His gold card with my E, and then kill him before he has the time to auto.
You know that you're still gonna get stunned, right? If he gets it.
Oh no, by the time he selects it, going invisible so he can't click me. That's just
true.
What I meant.
So you're buying 0.5 seconds usually.
Yeah. Which is enough to get the proc off normally when I have these 2 items.
So you think that you're gonna one-shot them both?
I knew I could one-shot the Twisted Fate.
Yes.
I thought the Graves would have killed me.
Yes, but then if you just die here,
it's not worth it.
Then it's not worth it. That's the thing. Because if you can get 2 reliably, I would potentially consider it. But if you just trade 1 for 1, it's just okay. You died. Okay, you got 1. Okay, and you died. Well, didn't do anything because you're not helping your team. Your job in this game is to carry the game 1v9 and do damage, not just kill one guy. Echo's job is to kill one guy. So these kind of decisions are very, very iffy. Because the guy had, he didn't pick it up. I see.
Yeah, he blue carded. He blue carded.
I see. Yes, I see. But then it's still very bad because Nila again gets a shutdown.
Nila gets the shutdown. Yeah.
So definitely very coin flip decision making in terms of what you're doing here. Okay, let's take a look at this. So you go to mid. That's good.
Oh no, I don't want to watch this. I ended so hard here.
They were right here, so you can't really get there in time. You're pushing mid lane.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll just push mid.
Very, very good. Okay, now, perfect. So you're taking this. Okay, what is the next decision? What are the options of the next decision that you can do right now?
Just try to hover drag and see if I can do anything, but there's not much options because all my teammates are dead.
True. So, okay, so what are the options again?
Just reset or go hover dragon to see if you can make anything happen. Because I knew, yeah, I made a very big mistake here. Just, yeah.
So, in this specific case, there is one more option that we're missing. So, okay, so let's say, tell me more about hovering the Drake. Advantages and disadvantages.
I knew I could challenge Graves. True. But I was just banking on that if Twisted Faith backed or not.
Okay.
That was the only.
What else? What else?
I have no ult, no exhaust, no flash, so it is kind of a risky fight.
But let's say, let's say I give you a power to have ulti, flash, and exhaust right now. What are the advantages of getting in that fight?
Nothing. We just possibly die or get a kill.
Okay, and can I get the Drake?
Probably not.
True. Why?
Udyr's up, Blitzcrank's up, nobody on my team's up. I can't kill it that fast.
Exactly. So on a scale from 0, useless play, like not useless, but 0% of the play working, or 50 coin flip play, maybe I kill Graves and get Drake, maybe not, and 100.
Oh, play. I think my team was pinging me that Alawi's TP was up. And then that's why I went down there. Yeah, that's why I went down there. But overall, this was a pretty bad call.
But why?
We're already up 2 dragons. We can give one. It's not the end of the world.
Well, yes, but why can't you just move there and like follow your teammates because they ping you?
I could. It's just I just shouldn't have engaged.
Okay.
I shouldn't have fought.
Okay, but then let's say you're fighting. What's the problem there? So he's gonna TP, but then...
I'm already fighting before he got there.
Okay, what is the... Okay, so are you gonna win the fight?
1v2? No.
Are you
2v2? Possibly.
What is this fight? How many people? How many people?
Well, we only see Graves and TF on the map, okay, so it's a 1v2 so far.
Okay, so then, I mean, you don't know where the other people are.
Yeah.
So if you want a coin flip, you're gonna say they shouldn't be there, or if you're gonna play smart like a master tier player, you're gonna say they should be around. So
yeah, what just assume they're always there. Yeah.
Number wise, what's this fight?
1v2.
Okay, so 1v2. So where is Udyr?
Probably at somewhere near Dragon.
True. Where is Blitzcrank?
Probably somewhere near Dragon.
True. Twisted Fate you see, Grace you see. So they have 4 people. Yeah. You can fight 4v4, which is completely garbage. Or he can TP and you can fight 2v4, which is completely garbage. So the fact that they ping that he has TP is like, and who cares?
It's pretty troll.
Still troll. So here, maybe if they have double TP or like 3v4, or that would be more doable. Otherwise, I wouldn't consider going for
the odds were just not in our favor here at all.
Number disadvantageous fights, you simply can't win majority of the cases unless they're like really low. So here, if this is a master tier player, tower,
he just ignores
Scuttle,
it.
Raptors, red buff, Krags, push, Rico. 700 gold absolutely for free. Then you're gonna be also 2 levels up on the Nila. Or let's fight because we can outplay. This is a big problem, what you can see, because now you have very good mechanics and some of these plays will work, and in this case you're gonna get to Platinum 1, but then when you're gonna get to Platinum 1 and you play against humans, they're gonna like be here, gold card
they'll punish me for this shit,
GG BG. So this is why we should avoid getting ourselves in fights that require you to outplay your enemy if you want to win. Like now, look at this. This is like, you go, you're like, okay, but I can outplay this, and then you got lucky that Udyr showed at top. He didn't use his TP, and then also Blitzkrieg was very, very slow. He should have W'd, he should have done, again, this is low elo, so they don't know how to play the champ. So now you got lucky, this was just 1v4, or 1v2, look at this. You got super lucky. Yeah, so maybe next time we can do some live games, so I can see also your camera control and everything.
That's also another thing I just started doing, like probably like just a week or two ago, taking my junglers camps, because I used to just be stingy about like, okay, you know what, it's the jungle's camps, he barely gets, you know, like let him try to get the camps, but then I realized, oh fuck these junglers, I'm taking all their camps. I've been stealing all of them now.
Yes.
If I don't see them on my side of the map and I don't have a wave to farm, I'm taking his camps. It's just simple as that.
Well, again, remember the balance between fighting and no fighting. Like these extreme strategies in League of Legends, they are a bit iffy. Like they are gonna win some games and lose some games. So I would agree, definitely. If Rengar is top and you're taking the bot jungle and he's just making up, that's completely fine. But if I'm here and he's here and I'm taking his camp and he's pumping you, or he's just there, I wouldn't personally take it.
I wouldn't do it, like, I always do it until a certain extent of the game, so, like, maybe, like, I'll start taking, like, okay, so, like, if we're in laning phase, I'm only taking the Krogs or the Gromp, realistically, right? But if this is after laning phase, like, after the 15 to 20 minute mark, it's just wherever the jungler is, on the opposite side, I'm taking whatever, if I have nothing else to farm.
Okay, that sounds good.
So it's a bit fair to them, so I'm not taking any early stuff from them that might cause them to have a rough game.
Yeah, I see. So you see, everything that you do is coin flip. Like now, you're going, you have the alternative of doing what? So you can follow this guy, or
I can go mid.
Yeah, you can just take the free farmer mid lane. But you're always choosing, oh, there is a play that I can outplay, gotta go.
Yeah, I fiesta this very hard.
The problem is that these 3 people can be here, which should happen. And again, number advantage will make the difference. And now, if they take this and they get Nashor, which should happen, are they gonna get it? Wow.
No, they don't.
So bad. So here, if this is master tier, I mean, if this is
they
master
just
tier,
all run. They all run to Baron.
Okay, so if this is master, you probably lose in like 16, 17 minutes. But if this is Diamond 4, now it's over. At this point,
it's funny you notice that, because it's like, or you say that because I have a few accounts that I've played that are in Masters MMR, and I can see how hard I get shit on, right?
I see,
it's because I try to play on a higher MMR account, so I can see how bad I get destroyed, and then I try to learn from that, and it did help me improve quite a bit. But it's just I'm still making the same mistakes, but in different aspects, if that makes sense.
Yes.
It's just I'm not doing it in the obvious way that I'm used to seeing.
Okay, there is definitely a lot of things that we need to fix here. So, let's see. So right now, you have 1, 2, 3 items you're gonna have, right? Okay, perfect. So,
and yeah, another thing was I just got Rage Blade here, so I knew I had a really big power spike, and I should have just been trying to just slowly build up a fight rather than just running in at the first person we see.
Yeah, so right now, what should you be doing? So there is a wave coming on top lane, big wave.
Clear top, take camp, go mid, rotate for dragon, if anything.
Okay, so the Drake right now is 20 seconds.
Yeah, I made it there a bit late.
How much, like, in an ideal world, when should we be a Drake? As an AD carry or as a team? Option number A, before the Drake spawns. Option number B, when it spawns. Option number C, after it spawns.
Before it spawns.
Okay.
It's probably the best time to be there.
Usually before it spawns. Okay, how many seconds?
10 to 15 is normally okay, maybe a little bit. It depends on how late the game state is, of course, right?
Yes.
The longer you have to prepare and set up vision and pressure and all that, the better the outcome will be for you.
Yes. So in this case, judging of the Drake being 20 seconds, what should you be doing right now?
I should just be running straight to bot to be with my Morgana so she can help ward up the dragon, but instead I go for red buff here.
Exactly. Good job, man. Best Alistar, man. Best Alistar. Exactly. Now, this is gonna hold you back so much. The Drake is up. You know they're gonna fight. Everyone is there.
I was saying this to myself after. I'm like, why am I farming this when I know the dragon's up? And I'm like, whatever, man. I'm already fucking here.
And even this one is bad. Even this one is bad. They are fighting. At any given time, they can start a fight and you're not there.
Yeah.
This is like big. And they're probably gonna lose. Are they gonna lose? That's very, very bad. And then now we're like, okay, I'm here, guys. Wait, what?
Yeah, I realized why did I do this after. I was like, wait, we got the dragon. And I was like, wait, my team just left. I'm like, I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are like big things. Big things. So let's see. Okay, so let's make a card with all of the mistakes so we know what to fix next time. So what do you think are the main biggest mistakes that we identified today?
Just picking coin flip fights.
Okay, so coin flip fights. We are taking a lot of plays that
without knowledge
either ways. Plays without knowledge, either number disadvantage fights, or we get too tunneled, not respecting the biggest threat. Okay, biggest threat. Okay, what else?
Not wasting time, so walking around doing nothing.
Definitely.
Maximize, being efficient. Yeah.
Yes, so macro rotations. We were wasting a lot of time on mid lane, rotating too much and spending too much time on mid lane when we had to return to bot lane. Plus, this is also big, we fought and follow fights when we should not group and just ignore them based on how reliable, well, how low reliability the plays were, and we were farming when the objectives were up and we were supposed
to be there.
Exactly. This is big. Perfect. Okay, what else? Let's see.
So we got the being efficient with the time, coin flip fights.
Yes, we also got, do you remember the focus? Who to focus in the lane?
Oh, priority target, yeah.
Prioritize in the fights. That's very, very important. Okay. I avoid fights that should not happen. Also this one, I'll put it a quote. I avoid fights that should not happen. Instead of like avoiding the fights that should not happen, you should learn when to hover fights.
So be there, but just be in a spot where you're still safe, but could possibly engage.
Yes. If the fight is possible. If the fight is 1v4, ignore. If the fight is 2v4 and it's already dead, ignore. But if the fight is 4v4, everyone is fighting, you're not there, and you're like, should I follow? It's doable, but I want to recall. You can hover in these cases. Okay. Learn when to hover fights that can work, and learn to ignore fights that are completely doomed. Perfect. Beautiful. I think the biggest thing by far is most likely I think it's the coin flip one. So coin flip is the biggest, but we need to fix rotations first. The reason why I say this is because rotations is a lot faster to fix with the coaching. Coin flip it's gonna take a lot more time. So definitely Let's fix the micro rotations first.
It makes sense though, because something that a few of my friends that are better than me that always say, they say you're a good player, you're just not fucking consistent. I'm just like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. And you're not consistent because your decisions are not consistent. That's all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these two things we're gonna fix. We're gonna start fixing the next session. I want you to play 50 more games on AD carry. If you can play more support and mid lane, it will help you, because it feels like sometimes on bot lane, maybe we don't have the best knowledge on like, hey, what does our support do? How much mana does he need? And stuff like that. Like, what does Nila do? And stuff like that.
I feel like my overall game knowledge, like just basic game knowledge wise, it's pretty big just because of how long I've been playing. So I do have a rough idea for what majority champions do or require or need to be, whatever state they need to be in. I have a rough idea of most of all that.